Hi everyone, this is Lisa. Welcome back to another video where we're taking a deep dive into all the areas of the home, just one room at a time. So today we're going to be in the kitchen, talking about all things kitchen. Your kitchen is where you actually manifest your abundance. So it is a really, really important part of your home. Regularly going through your pantry, keeping the foods clean, cupboards clean, going through your fridge, making sure you don't have any like rotten food in there or food, regularly clearing things out. From my times at working in like small supermarkets, I'm used to putting new stock at the back and like rotating my food, like new things at the back or the bottom and the older things at the top to get used. So it's like a second nature to me to be doing that. So let's have a look at the kitchen. I'm just going to turn the camera around. So the first area we're going to have a look at is the fridge. The fridge can be and is used, whether you realize it or not, as a manifestation board. So we're talking in previous other videos about artwork they have on the walls, and what's really, really important is like you might not be physically going and looking at your artwork every day and studying it, but your subconscious mind does see all things. So whatever you're having around your home, your subconscious mind thinks, oh, that's what Lisa wants, we must bring more of that. So you need to be really conscious of what you're having around the home. Hence the vision board on the fridge. Using your fridge to have things on there that you would like to have be and do. You can have pictures of your family on there, or happy times, or good memories, or anything like positive affirmations, anything on the fridge that you would like more of. Because how many times a day do you go to the fridge? Yes, you might not physically look at everything that's on the fridge before you open it, but your subconscious mind is seeing everything. So what is on your fridge at the moment? Do you have bills on there? Do you have doctor's appointments on there? Do you have like medical scripts on there? So what is on your fridge? So what is on your fridge, you are virtually asking for more of that. More bills, more money going out, bad health, more doctor's appointments, etc., etc., etc. So take all those things off the fridge if they're there. I have a diary next to my computer, and if I have a bill or something like that, I sort of fold it up, put it in the diary, and so when that's due to be paid. Or you can have reminders on your phone. A lot of things are taken out automatically. Find another place to put all your bills and things that you do not wish to have more of. So the next item that we move around to is the oven and stove top. The stove and the stove top is the male luck of the family. So it's really important that you have your stove in good working order and your stove top in good working order, because that's related to the male luck in the household. Regularly using all the different burners on the top of the stove, not just keep using the one, regularly using all the different ones. The stove is the fire element as well. The next important area is the splashback or backsplash behind the stove. Now it's quite important that that's not really a water element. By a water element I mean like a blue or a watercolor. Now in this apartment, that splashback used to be like a pale blue, light blue / turquoisey color. It was actually really pretty, and I really liked it, and it was looked really quite nice. And I did have that there for years, but knowing what I know, and it really sort of suddenly dawned on me one day that that's really not an ideal color to have behind there. So I arranged to have another color put there. So at the moment it is this goldy color, coppery color, bronzy color, which I feel like it looks really good. And I do have like my kettle there with the copper handles, and I think it looks really nice. So that's probably more of a metal element or earth kind of element. If you have a watery sort of splashback behind your stove, one of the cures is to put like some chopping boards up behind the stove, behind the cooktop, to actually combat that. The other thing that's not really great to have is like a window there, like which is glass, like see-through glass. It's not really an ideal thing to have as far as feng shui is concerned, to have that there. So the stove is the male luck of the house, and so it's important to have your stove in good working order. Another thing is the pantry, which my pantry is only quite small, but your pantry is associated with your money in the bank. So I've done videos before about the pantry and clearing out the pantry, keeping it nice and neat and tidy and organized, because that is related to your money in the bank. So I have my like-minded things together, and always putting things back when I get them out of, like if I make a cup of coffee, if I get the coffee out, make a cup of coffee, I put the coffee back where it belongs. So I have my coffee, tea and Milo or hot chocolate like all grouped together. I have my sauces all grouped together, condiments all grouped together, like honey, peanut butter grouped together, you know, my flours are grouped together, pasta and rice are grouped together, cooking items are grouped together. So having things grouped together and not having things like all over the place, then you know what you've got, and it's easy to sort of do shopping and things like that. I have done people's pantries before, and I found, you know, even a packet of hundreds and thousands, like one lady had about 3 or 4 open packets of hundreds and thousands because they were scattered all through her pantry, here, there and everywhere. So I found them all, like grouped them all together, etc., etc. So when doing any of this work, which I'm just going through a deep dive into these different rooms, but it kind of comes through from a color therapy program that I have done many years ago, and I helped other people as well through working with an area of the home. I think we had about 2 weeks. We used a color, we used an area of the home, and we went through many tasks as well. You had to have that completed by the end of the 2 weeks, otherwise you couldn't move on to the next color, the next task, the next room. You had to be really focused and determined. Some people were up till midnight trying to get their areas completed before midnight, before they moved on to the next thing. And if you couldn't move on to the next thing, it just meant that you had like a blockage in that particular area that related to that particular home. And I remember going and helping a lady with her home and with her pantry in particular. She managed to get the whole kitchen clean, but not the pantry. So it was suggested that I could go and help her. So I wasn't going to do it for her, but I was going to, we'd do it together. And I took up a candle for her for the next week's or the next fortnight's area of the room. So I helped her with the pantry. We got all that done, easy peasy, worked really well. That night, her house burnt down. Now, when working with these, not what I'm talking about today, but when you're working with the colors and the energy of the home and your intentions behind it and all the different tasks that were placed, what her intention was she actually asked for a brand new life. She was a single parent with children and, you know, just kind of living week to week, and she just wanted a whole new life. That was her intention. Well, she got a whole new life because the house burnt down. So apparently that's happened before with people doing these color therapy programs. So that's what I'm saying. Like, people think, oh, it's just a house or it's just a room or it's just a color. No, these things are very, very powerful. So you need to know what you're dealing with. I was in complete shock, but what happened was this lady was fully insured. Luckily, her contents was fully insured. No one was hurt. All the kids got out. The animals got out. All the neighbours all rallied around and gave her items. The local Harvey Norman and businesses gave her brand new appliances. She was able to pay off all of her debts. She got the insurance on the house, and then she was able to go and rent another home that was much better, a much better home, much better yard, so much better neighborhood than what she was previously in. So everything worked out better at the end of the day. So I'm not saying that that's going to happen to you, but what I'm saying is when we set our intentions and you're following different programs, like, you need to be very, very clear, and the power of intentions and the power of the areas of the home and the power of the colors is very, very powerful. So yes, so that's happened a few times. I don't actually particularly do that color therapy program anymore, but what I do for myself personally is I do use the colors as like color therapy, different colors every month, as I said before, changing my quilts, changing my towels, the couple of days at the end of the month, a couple of days at the beginning of the new month, doing like a monthly clean, which is not like a weekly clean, but is not like a yearly clean, somewhere in between, where I thoroughly clean like the kitchen, not so much insides the cupboards, but I clean the fronts of the doors and just change the colors and just give everything a really good clean. So the other thing is that's important is where your sink is in relation to your stove. So what we're looking for is making sure that the oven or the stove is not directly opposite the sink, because the sink is the water element and the oven and stove is the fire element, and that causes conflict with your finances especially. So luckily my sink is just off center. Like, I'm standing at my sink now looking straight ahead and it's just off center, so quite lucky there. If your sink is directly opposite your stove and oven, you can just place some tea towels or hand towels over the front, just making sure that they're not the water element either, so they don't have dolphins on them or seashells or whales. Nothing to do with the water element at all. A nice color for the kitchen is yellow or orange. I think like turquoise. I actually use all the colors in here from time to time. So I suppose you're using blue. If I was using a blue, turquoise is a good color, kind of doing what's best for you. Navy, taking responsibility. All colors are good, and I do use all the colors in here from time to time, but usually maximum is just for one month, like 4 weeks, and then I shift it to a new color. So that is pretty much all for the kitchen. It is just making sure that the kitchen is clean and tidy and organized, and obviously no junk. The only other thing is beware of what you have above your sink. So some people's sinks are like beneath the window and they have like a windowsill, and sometimes people have their medications up on the windowsill, or their vitamins or different things like directly above the sink. Whatever you have directly above the sink, is that particular thing is virtually going down the drain. So if you've got your vitamins up there, it means your health's going down the drain. If you've got your tablets, vitamins. There are someone's house that I went to once, they had their Buddha, like their, big fat Buddha, money Buddha there up the top of the sink, virtually going down the drain. And I used to move it. I moved it across to the side every time I was there doing cleaning. And every time I went back, the Buddha was right back there, virtually going down the drain. So be careful of what you have above your sink. And the other thing in the kitchen is about knives. It's not really a great idea to have your knives out on display. If you have to have your knives out, you need to have them in one of those knife blocks. But personally, I think the knives are better in the drawers. So, and just making sure that whatever you have on your fridge is what you would like to have, be, and do in your life. What you would like more of in your life, have on the fridge. And I think that is about all. the idea with the kitchen too is to like cooking for yourself, cooking in the kitchen, trying new recipes, you're manifesting your abundance, and also forgot what I was going to say. But no, I think that's about all for the kitchen. It's a really, really important room of the home. And yeah, so good luck with your kitchens. Let me know if there's anything I can help you with the kitchens, any questions or anything like that. Just let me know. And that's all from me, and I'll talk to you all again soon. Bye for now.